Welcome back to RochieRoch YouTube. Today I am joined by somebody I have been dying to interview since the moment I met her nearly a year ago. Liyah.
It's me.
Hi Liyah, how are you?
I'm really good, and you?
I'm alright. So, I keep hearing people calling you Liyah.
Yeah, so my real name is A. I don't know why I say A. It's actually just Liyah, but
Okay.
A to know that there's an A before it. Then
Okay.
no. But I go by Liyah with music.
Is there a reason why you dropped the A, is it?
Because there's already an Liyah and she's so iconic, so I was just like, I don't want to be compared, let me just leave that to the side.
Your own unique person, Liyah.
Yes.
Okay. So, obviously, I know a lot about you. I met you I think I met you at Trap Finesse.
Trap Finesse.
That was the first time we met, wasn't it?
That was like November-ish.
Yeah.
November-ish.
And you was performing my favourite song that you do.
I don't know.
I love that song.
Yeah.
It actually touches me. I love it.
Thank
you. So so I met you then at Trap Finesse, but obviously you've been doing music before then.
Well, that was mainly just like at school, So by then I had just had 2 songs out. So those are the only 2 songs. That one and Make It Work. That was only
Make It Work.
Yeah. That was the only 2 songs I had at the time, but everything before then I was just doing at school because I just finished school then, yeah.
Can you imagine? She is in education, plus writing these very deep and emotional songs. So tell me the thought process behind these songs, because like I said, they are really mature, they're really, thought-provoking. What makes you, do you write your own songs?
Yeah, I write my own songs. Majority, no, that's a big number. 98% of the songs I write by myself. The other 2% of the songs I write with my brother. But I think it comes from like either experiences or like people, like I'll hear something like my friends say or what they're going through or something that I've heard like my mum say in the house, and then it's just like I'm gone with the wind with writing something. But I just try to be, I don't know, I just try to step away from myself and try to put myself in different characters depending on what the song's going through. I appreciate, I'm someone that listens to lyrics more than the music, so I just want that to be the same for me when I listen back to my own music.
I don't want you to go, when I say yes I mean no, confused as usual, that's the way how love goes. When it hurts, for the worst, make it work, make it work. 'Cause I remember when I fell in love with you, and I remember when I mean the world to you. You are my everything. You are my everything.
I think for me, somebody that loves music, I listen to your songs, and I do compare you to the girls that we've got in the industry at the moment. Even if you think about girls such as City Girls that are singing a lot about trash and finessing this guy and making this money, but you are staying true to your R&B soul, and I think that is something that we're not seeing at the moment in the industry.
Yeah, I think it's whatever's hot right now to sell, and it's kind of like, I'm not saying that City Girls shouldn't make that type of music, because I still do. Yeah,
we still twerk to City Girls,
we still does. But one, that's not me. I'm not that type of person. But also, sometimes it doesn't really give a good message to young girls. So I don't think I could, especially because I've got little cousins and stuff, and they always like look at my music as well. I just want to be a good role model to them as well.
You're quite family orientated.
Yeah, I am. I do love my family. I do. Yeah.
Very close to your mum.
Close to my mum and
Mum
my
is
brother.
sitting in the corner at the moment. She doesn't want to be recorded. So how difficult do you find it being a young black female in education trying to make a break in the music industry?
Well, it's very time consuming, to be honest, because so basically if I'm not at uni, I'm at work. If I'm not at work, I'm at the studio, or I'm just doing something for my music. So there's hardly any time to go out with your friends, and currently in
so I was going to ask you that. Do you have time for relationships?
But not really. Not really. Okay. But thankfully they're understanding. So
that's nice.
But other than that, really, it's difficult. But at the end of the day, Mum wants me to get educated, so I guess I need to get educated.
Damn right, education first.
So yes, and I think there's always something to not fall back on, but once you get it, no one can take it away from you.
100%.
So yeah.
But I think it's great as well, but although you are still pursuing your musical career, you understand how important it is to have that backing.
Yeah.
Because I feel a lot of young people these days don't understand how important it is to have education.
Yeah.
How old are you, Liyah, if you don't mind me asking?
I just turned 19.
19.
Yeah, so I'm just still a little child.
Yeah. So we talked about your music, so we talked about I Don't Know. I feel like that was your biggest track.
That's everyone's favourite. However, I don't know if it will remain the favourite.
Yes.
I keep trying to remember how it used to be. We can find ourselves in stolen memories. I keep trying to remember how it used to be. We can find ourselves in stolen memories. I don't know who you are. I don't know. I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are.
Some things coming up, haven't you? So you've got your album launching.
Yeah, so I got that, and then the show to go with it, which is on Friday the 27th of September.
Friday 27th of September, the album launch party and the album releases. What's the name of the album?
Souls of September.
Okay, what does that mean to you?
Well, my brother came up with the name of that, and he's very like, everything can't be literal, it has to be deeper meaning. So it's just, I think where we kind of like he came up with the name, and then I came up with the story behind it. Because I'm releasing it in September, I was like, yeah, I might as well call it that. But it's like each song is completely different, and I feel like each of them are a different person going through a different thing. So it's like a collective of different people's emotions in the album. So I think that's where we got the whole Souls of September. If I said People of September, I don't think it would have had.
It doesn't bang, does it? How long did it take you to make that album?
Well, most of the songs have been created like this side of the year, and then there's stuff that I've like done since I was like 16. So it's like it's kind of like it's been a process.
Archived.
Yeah. So it's like the stuff that I did in the 16. I didn't know that I was going to turn it into the project, but I was like, they're quite good songs, so I might as well put it on. But it's been very time consuming. I've been in this room. This is the normal studio room that I would be in. This
room is very small.
And
I can imagine you're probably in here eating, just living in here for hours.
Mum was sleeping on the sofa.
Oh my god!
And like sometimes I would be like finishing work and I'd come here or like uni, and I wouldn't leave till like 11 at night, and then have to go the next morning to wherever I've got to go. So yeah, it's been a process, but it's something I would do it all over again.
So what made you decide to release an album?
Well, this is the thing. I was having a conversation with my brother, and I was like, do I do an EP? Because there was a debate at my uni saying, the albums are dead or whatever. And it's like, an album shows that you have a whole thought process, really, to what you're releasing. So it's not just like, here's 4 tracks on my EP. It's that you've built a catalogue of songs on a larger scale, and you're putting it out there as well. So it kind of came from that. And I just felt like I have 15 songs that are going onto the album. So I kind of felt like I could release 2 EPs or whatever, but it's like I don't think it would do them as justice to do them separately. So I was like, I've never released something on a larger scale before.
Yeah.
I think now's the time to do it. Yeah.
Definitely the time. So I like what you just said about this, you take on different personalities when you're singing different songs, because I know people like Beyonce, they always say have different personality when they're singing, when their tracks come out. And for me, when I hear you sing, you are a completely different person to the person that's sitting down here. Yeah. So where does all of that energy come from?
I don't know. I think, people say that, they're different. Like me and Liyah are 2 different people, but really and truly I think there's this, she's like my alter ego. So like when I've got all that energy at home and I'm all dancing around, that's Liyah coming out. So I think it comes from like just the fun, my fun side really, and then like now it's just like my calm. Well, no, I'm supposed to be Liyah now.
Who am I today?
I don't know. So I just think it's just like an outlook for me to be kind of whoever I want to be when I'm on the stage and making music, really. So that's like my outlet.
Outlet.
Yeah.
So obviously you did a film recently, Clued Up. Was that your first ever?
That was like my first ever like
acting. Have you done any acting before this then? So, or did you just? How did you get into it?
When I was younger, I did like I was like a child model. So like I guess it was like small adverts. Like I did like Weetabix. Like I was on a Weetabix box. I was in Tesco magazine.
Oh, fun fact about Liyah.
Yeah, Tesco magazine. So it's like little pieces of acting, and I went to like an acting school. But it's never something I was like, oh, I want to be an actress and I can act, because I still, not that I don't say I can't act. I think I'm assuming I can, but I wouldn't say I'm an actress, if you get what
Your acting was amazing.
Oh, thank you.
And I would be honest with you. You know, I would tell you if you weren't good.
Thank you.
But no, your acting was great. Your character was hilarious.
Yeah. Again, another alter ego. Like, I think that came from when I was working with Callan, the producer. Came from, like, channeling a lot of, like, me watching like American TV, like Real Housewives of Atlanta, and all the ratchet
behaviour came out.
It came out.
Did you enjoy playing that role?
Yeah, it was really fun. It was really fun, especially because it's not me, so it's like I get to be somebody I'm not, which is fun without having any kind of bad connotations put onto you. So, yeah.
Okay. So this year you've kind of taken a step into producing your own music, which is huge.
Yeah.
How did you? What made you decide to do that, and how is it going?
Well, I started back because like in secondary school, secondary school, sixth form, a part of the syllabus was you have to create your own music. Okay. And I first realised I liked it, and I had like a small eye for it, is when we had to do film music. So like, oh my gosh, I can't even remember. It was like some film with Tom, who married Angelina Jolie. Is his name
God. Tom Cruise? No, it's not Tom Cruise.
Brad Pitt.
That's it.
And he's in Ireland, and they're like the IRA. So I made a film score for that, and I was like, oh, this is quite cool. And then I just would spend like my time in like my lunch times in like the studio, like dark like computer suites, just making stuff. And back then it was terrible. It was awful. But then it's like, as soon as I started like listening, and I think when I started going to the studio as well and looking at how my producers would work, I think I started to pick up some things. And then now I just really enjoy like, even if I'm not producing for something I can use, I just like making music. So
there was a clip that you put on Instagram, which when you were saying that you've just started to produce your own music, did you turn that into a full song?
I've turned that into a full song.
So what song is that?
It's called Somebody Else.
So that is a song that I literally, when I first heard you creating it, I know you said it was just the beginning. Yeah. I was like, wow, she actually did all of this herself.
That was the first thing. Like I was proud because I didn't know what I was. I actually listened to Shea Butter by Ari Lennox, and I liked the way that the snares were going.
Right.
So I took that, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I can actually make something out of this. And I was like,
you must have been so excited when you was creating
it. Especially when I create a song, and then like I know that I think it sounds good, I always take it to like my mum or my brother, whoever's home first. This one I literally jumped up. I was like, you have to listen to this, you guys. You have to stop what you're doing
and listen to it right now.
Stop reading a book, stop playing your PlayStation, and listen to my song. And then they were like, yeah, this is.
Yeah, I felt it.
So I've started doing. There's another song on the album that I've produced myself. It's completely different to somebody else, but I'm just kind of getting in the swing. Sometimes producing for yourself, you get to learn, like you get to make the music that you want to make, and it just helps really in terms of like songwriting, doing kind of everything yourself.
I know the music industry tends to want to mold people to do certain things that they think would make them blow. Have you had anyone kind of guiding you in terms of what to do?
One of my producers, Ryan, he's like does everything. Like he's a dancer, makes music, so he tends to do dance, like not dance music, but he's always like, if I come to him with a song and it's kind of slow, he'll be like, yeah, we're gonna speed this one up and turn it into like not fast but just lively. There's obviously a time and a place for slow songs that I've done with him, but he kind of likes the upbeat feel. So I think most of my music on the album is quite not fast, but it's upbeat. So I think that's the kind of guidance I've had, which I enjoy, because I guess it's what people like to listen to.
Go get your stuff, go on and leave. Go get your stuff, go on and leave. No more, no more, no more. Don't want want your loving no more. No more. Don't want your loving no more. No more. Don't want your loving no more. Don't want your loving. Don't want your loving. Don't want your loving no more. No more. Don't want your loving no more. No more. Don't want your loving no more. Don't want your loving. Don't want your loving. Don't want your loving no more. It just
Other than that, it's kind of whatever I feel in the moment. Yeah.
So image-wise, everything is you.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to experiment with my image, but my mum's like, keep it safe for now. And then when you get to the levels,
When you're 21, then you can
when
do
you
what
get
you
to the
like.
levels and people know really who you are, then
Yeah.
you can start experimenting. Because if it was for me, I'd have different colour hair every single
Would
day.
you?
Yeah, I think so. But like within reason, like I'd have like black hair one day, then maybe like a brown with highlights the next day.
I like to be different
Yeah.
every day as well.
Yeah.
I like to just change my image
Or
completely.
my mum's like, just stick with like natural everything.
Do you know why your mum's right? Because they need to know
You first.
before you start changing.
Like a rookie mistake, actually, when I went to the RBE Awards,
Yes.
I performed in a curly like hair,
Oh, you
and
did.
then when I went to the awards, I
Yeah,
wore a brown wig. And then when I went up on stage, people didn't really recognise
Recognise
who
you.
like put the two together.
And then the first time I met you, you had your hair in a bun as
But,
well.
yeah,
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
but it was it was still kind of like a curly ponytail. So I guess
Because
people
even my sister, when I was showing her some footage of you performing, she was like, "Is that the same girl?" So yeah, you're right.
yeah. So
Okay, right. So yeah, you have
so
to. get
even
your image.
even if it's so, for example, like when I first met you at Chocolate Finesse, I had a curly, like I think it's half up, half down.
Yeah.
So I guess if I'm having like a normal curly and then like half up, people can still know because like
Yeah.
the girl with the curly hair. Then when I went to RB and I was wearing like a brown wig, they were just like. But I think if I wore the curly hair, they would have been like, "Oh, I remember her."
I know who she
yeah.
is now. Okay, so
Yeah.
tell me about your musical inspirations. Who do you kind of go to?
I think I'm quite an old soul, so I really love Sade. Sade is like my main.
Oh, she's got a beautiful voice.
So
doesn't she?
her voice is just like, I don't know, like silky, a hot chocolate. That's what
I
I
like
would
that,
say,
a
a
hot
hot
chocolate.
chocolate. And I quite like 90s R&B. So people like Deborah Cox, Jodeci, Monica, Brandy, Tony Braxton, all of the big people. So that's it. I quite like reggae as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
so my favourite reggae artist is Dennis Brown. Like I could listen to like everything of his.
Did you get that from your parents?
Yeah. Everything's normally from my parents.
Yeah, because that happened to me. I mean, well, yeah,
Yeah.
my dad used to love listening to reggae, so
Reggae.
that's kind of instilled in me as well.
If there's a party and there's no reggae, I don't know if I'll be.
It's not right.
No,
is
it's
it?
no, it's not.
Do you know what though? When I was your age, I didn't want to hear it. It's
Did
only
you
that,
not?
No, I didn't want to hear it. But as I got older, I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
this is such tune.
When I grew up.
But back in the day, no. So.
No.
Okay, so there's your
Yeah.
musical
I've got
influences.
like I have like modern day influences, but I think my modern day influences influence me in like a different way. Like for example, like Emily Sandé.
Yeah.
Like I love her music, I'm not saying I don't, but I appreciate her songwriting more than. That sounds really bad. I love her music still.
No,
but her
I get what you
songwriting
mean. Her
is what
songwriting is art.
Yeah, is what inspires me. And so
Yeah.
like Janae Aiko as well. Like
Oh, Janae Aiko.
her writing is I don't know where she goes or like how deep she has to go inside of her to find what she writes, but it's something else.
So is there anyone that you would, apart from Janae Aiko, is there anyone that you could think of that you'd be like, I would love to work with them?
There's loads. I always say Alakai Harley. That's
yeah.
that's like a modern version. It's because like
Yeah.
I always have like, if I want to work with someone, I always have like a plan. Like I would think of like Lady Gaga's and Beyonce's telephone video.
Right, yeah.
So I'm thinking like a similar video to that.
Mhm.
I don't know. We tied someone up in the back seat, and I don't know.
She's got
from
the
there.
vision
I've got the
ready.
video. I don't have
Yeah,
the song,
it's fine.
but I have the video. So she was like to she's one of the people I'd like to work with.
Yeah.
I feel like it's one of those things. It's like I would love to work with all the like modern people, but I don't know if it would make a good collaboration.
Right. Okay.
In the terms of the music that I do.
Do you know
now.
who did a great collaboration recently? Did you see Georgia Smith and AJ Tracy?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I would never put those two together.
No,
though.
so you see
Yeah.
they're completely different. So for me, I would look at you and I would see someone like I'm thinking of a rapper now.
I think I could do like a Kojo or like a Young Bang. Like,
yeah, with a
like,
lovely Afro beat.
Yeah.
With you singing the chorus and I can see that.
Yeah.
Let's make that happen.
Yeah, we should.
We should definitely make that happen. So, how long have you been in the music industry?
I would say it's been a year since I released my first video, so I would say like a year. But then working on music, I've been working on
since you was young.
Yeah.
Do you know, you've come a long way in a year.
I know. I was talking about that with my mum, and even though it feels like I haven't got anywhere where I want to be, I've done so much.
But I think
in that time,
as a new artist, it probably takes a good 3 years before they actually start getting anywhere. But I wouldn't say that you haven't got anywhere because you've built a massive following.
Yeah.
You've created some amazing tracks that people are always going to remember. And you know what I mean? You've already created that image for yourself so people know who you are and what you're about.
But yeah, I was literally saying to my mum, like a year ago I didn't have any music out, and I remember my brother uses reverse psychology on me basically a lot of time, and it always works.
Brother,
he's my older brother, yeah, and it always works. So I remember one time he was like, "Oh, you don't even, like, you're not serious, you don't even have any music out, you don't have a video out. If you really wanted to be a singer, you would come to mum, say, this is the venue, this is how much it's going to cost, do it. And I was sitting there like, no, I really want to do music.
So and prove him wrong.
And then the next day, I just gave my mum like a whole PowerPoint, because I like to put things in a PowerPoint, and then I have to present it to her in my front room while she's busy doing something. I just always have to interrupt their time. So that's how I came up with the I Don't Know video. And I was just like, yeah, this is what I want to do. This is how much it's going to cost. Let's go.
So we're going to see you next at September the 27th at the album launch party.
At Stanley Hall.
Stanley Hall. Oh, I've been to Stanley Halls many a time.
Tickets are on sale now. It's in the link of my bio, my social media. I'll do like what the YouTubers do. My social media will be here.
It will be
underneath
her.
Or here. Or here. So yeah, so that will be in the link of my bio.
What is your Instagram?
My Instagram is Liyah WH. So that's LIYAHWH. Do you know how many times I've said that incorrect? Like,
do you know how many times I've gone to type it in and been like, where is she? It's the WH at the end.
The WH, yeah. It's because someone was taking just Liyah by
How
itself.
dare they?
And then it's
only one Liyah.
The account's not even active as well. It's like got no. So I'm gonna keep on blocking it.
That's so annoying.
Yeah, and hopefully it gets blocked.
So grab your tickets for the 27th of September for Liyah's album launch party.
The tickets will be £4.50.
That's a really good price.
No, I know, it's quite cheap. I was gonna do it, yeah. And then it'll probably be like a more on the door situation where I think it'll be like £5 on the door. Yeah,
okay,
like that. Depending on what mum says.
Do you have any other artists that might be there?
So confirmed at the moment is Mimi Monroe. I love her.
Mimi Monroe? Okay.
Maybe I've got the only feature I have on my album is with a rapper called Dotty.
Okay.
Yeah, so he might make an appearance on the day.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, and sing the song or rap.
I'll be there ready to capture you in your limelight. Yeah. I love watching your live performances.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much for coming on my channel.
It's okay. Thank you for having me.
I'm so glad we finally managed to get some
time.
This
has been overdue.
It's been overdue, but she's studying and she's in school. And we don't want to interrupt your education because that is important. You have to get your what are you studying at the moment?
I'm studying music performance, so it's an easy degree for me. Well, so
for you,
for now,
not
for
for
now,
us.
for now. I haven't quite got into my dissertation yet, so.
Oh God, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good times. Well, thank you so much for coming on my channel.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll see you on the 27th.
You're like a name without a face, and I don't know.